Did Haeri from Team Liquid really first time a champion in LCS Pro Play? And did AURELION SOL finally make his debut? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Chim Chim and today we're going to be talking about LCS Week 6 Day 1. That's right, we're going over everything that happened in Thursday in case you missed it. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first game of the day was FlyQuest versus CLG. Now y'all, CLG, thank God, banned the Lucian and banned the Zeri and banned a Caitlyn. They said, y'all have been complaining about this Lucian Zeri and we're tired of it too, so we're gonna ban it. And CLG, we applaud you for that. Beautiful. So CLG's draft was really fun and fresh. They had not only AURELION SOL, but Thresh, Lee Sin, Aphelios, and Olaf. Y'all, all of these champions are very much fun and fresh. We haven't been seeing a lot of them, and this was actually AURELION SOL's LCS debut. CLG lost, so it does have a 0% win rate after that first game. But y'all, this was a really fun game. And y'all, when I tell y'all Vikla on Annie had a little fail flash, like, we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. But there are two things that I want to talk about. AURELION SOL stole the first Baron that FlyQuest was trying to get. That was very exciting. But also, I'm a little bit confused from the Aphelios build on CLG. He went Bloodthirster into IE, into Zeal, into Last Whisper. Is that what Aphelioses are building now? Like, let me know down in the comments. Is that like the typical build? And what's the reasoning behind that? I don't play too much Aphelios, so I'm not sure as to why. He wasn't the only one on this day who took that build path. He had 4 other items before he even built his mythic. I'm very confused. So let me know down in the comments. All right, the second game of the day was TSM versus EG. And y'all, this was giving dun 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 Clown Fiesta for the first couple of minutes. Inspired from EG was actually chasing Boogie all around blue side jungle. EG actually ended up giving up 2 kills over to TSM. JoJo said y'all been talking too much dirt on his name, talking and making fun of him, saying he go 0-6 and yada yada yada. So you know what he did? He stepped up today. That man went 9-0 with a quadra kill. Stop playing with him. I told y'all, do not talk about my cute little JoJo, because one thing he's gonna do is he gonna still talk his trash talk, whether he 0-6 or not. So like, there's really no point for y'all to even joan on him. But JoJo is good at League of Legends. Don't play with him. But yes, this was another Aphelios game, and he went Bloodthirster into IE into Hurricane. And I really want to know, is this the typical build path? Are y'all really not building Mythic until 4th item? I'm confused. Now, I will say, like I always do, EG loves to throw a lead, and they actually tried to throw the lead around 40 minutes. TSM actually ended up bringing back the game, and they actually had a gold lead over EG, but EG did end up winning this game with a 2 to 3K gold lead. All right, and the third game of the day was 100 Thieves versus Cloud9. Now, y'all, I'm sorry, but Cloud9 has kind of stolen my heart. I love me my Blabber, I love me my Berserker, and everybody and their grandmama love them some fudge. But I think Ggenuises is such a fresh, bright character to bring into Cloud9. He was doing dummy damage. This was a 23-minute game. They sped run this one. And I kind of want to talk about why they sped run it. 100 Thieves is one of the most predictable teams. You know they're gonna lock in the Zeri Lulu. You know they're playing that late game scaling comp. And what C9 did is they had this information, they decided to counter it. You never let them know your next move, because like C9 did, they just played an early game comp and they ended the game in 23 minutes. I don't know how you can bank on scaling every single game. I'm a little bit confused on that. I think once 100 Thieves stops playing so safe, those very cookie cutter team comps, that's when we'll start to see more wins, because right now it's giving very much I'm too scared to experiment. We're playing chess, not checkers. You have to play this mental game, this mind game, and we need to be spicing it up. I don't know how we're ever going to beat LCK and these other regions if we're stealing plays from their playbook and still not executing. And like 100 Thieves, I love you to death, but I need to start seeing some innovation over here. I want to root for y'all, but I can't be rooting for Zeri Lulu every week. I don't want to. And honestly, Blabber even commented on this in his post-game interview. He said they knew that they weren't going to play well early game, and C9 took the win over 100 Thieves in under 23 minutes. The next game was Golden Guardians versus Team Liquid, and y'all know Golden Guardians was on that 7-game win streak, and you know what I was doing? I was rooting for Team Liquid Honda the whole entire time because I wanted to see some smiles on my boys' faces, and you know what they did? They came with the heat. Yes, ma'am. Team Liquid took down the Giants and stopped their 7-game win streak, and now they are back at 0. Team Liquid took the win. Pyoshik was very much B aggressive, BE aggressive. He was going balls to the wall, and I completely stand behind it. Haeri also picked AURELION Sol. Y'all know how AURELION Sol collects the Stardust, and if his E, the little trap thingy that slows and pulls you to the center, if it executes something in that, it gives you more Stardust. Haeri wasn't using that mechanic, and so much so that LS actually said this on Twitter. Ella said Haeri has 150 Stardust at almost 20 minutes because he doesn't know Sol's CS patterns. And he also doesn't spawn E before killing jungle camps. So he's super stunning in this game. You're savage for the next part, LS. Because he doesn't read abilities or what? Oh my gosh. I feel like the last part was a little bit unnecessary, but you know, it's true, you do have a point. But right now this tweet is giving very much, do you read? Can you read? But he's very much correct. Haeri, I know you were trying. I ain't never seen somebody first time a champion in LCS before, but you know, y'all won. Yeah, let's make sure we gather that up and we learn the abilities and how to be the most efficient on them. But good job, Team Liquid Honda. They won. They took down the Golden Guardian Beasts, and we move on to game 5. The last game of the day was IMT versus Dignitas. Now, y'all, this game went on to be almost 47 minutes worth of League of Legends gameplay. But y'all, this was a very good game. It was a juggle back to forth. At one point, Immortals was running down for the Nexus, and then at another point, Dignitas was running down at the Nexus. At one point, they were trying to end the game and trade the Nexus for Elder Dragon. Didn't work out for Dignitas at all. It was just going back and forth. But Lulu stole Baron from Dignitas at about 43 minutes. And we kind of just need to talk about Xayah and Xayah Feathers. I don't know why, but Dignitas kept underestimating and just losing track of Xayah Feathers. And then she would suck them right back in, and y'all, it would annihilate Dignitas, just obliterate their health bar. Y'all can't be forgetting about Xayah Feathers in those placements. Y'all got to work around that, and that's why I don't like playing against Xayah, because you always got to be paying attention to not only your positioning but her positioning too, because if she gets that angle, you're gone. But this all came down to the last team fight in Dignitas's Nexus. Once Caitlyn died, it was GG. There was nothing they could do. So IMT Immortals actually did end up winning this game. So here are the standings for week 6, day 1. I was gonna make my graphs, but y'all, we had so much variety. It would just be one sliver of each individual person. The most times we saw somebody was Vi. We saw Vi 4 times today. We saw Sejuani 3 times, and then we saw Aurelion Sol 3 times. Some new picks that we got to see were, we got to see that Olaf top, saw some Annie mid, we saw some Yone, and we saw Zoe. We had a Zoe debut. For ADC, we only saw Zeri 2 times. We saw no Lucian today. Thank you, Jesus. We got a lot of Aphelios. We had 2 games of Aphelios, and we also saw an Ezreal. We saw a Lee Sin in the jungle, and then y'all, they were banning Thresh. They were picking Thresh. We also got a Heimerdinger support, believe it or not. And then just like your regular Rakan, Karma, and Lulu picks. So I think it was a very, very interesting day. Very excited to see how tomorrow pans out. And if you are not able to watch, don't worry, babes. I'm going to have the full recap for you right here at youtube.com/MissChemChem. So make sure you subscribe and like this video if you loved it. And make sure you let me know down in the comments, who are you rooting for today, Friday, for week 6. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, if you want to, you can watch LCS with me today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/MissChemChem. And until the next one, love you, bye.